Hi guys, so I have a really small kitchen. This picture was taken on the first day I moved in, looking up swanky. But one thing I want to stress is that it's not about the size of your kitchen. If you see some of my recipes, I just use a little stove on top of my table and cook the entire meal on that. And that's what I want to show you today. I want to show you a very delicious and quick salad that is so different you probably have never heard of it in your life. And neither had I up until like a month ago. It's called Yam Tua Plu, I hope I say that right, or Thai winged bean salad. Winged beans are jam-packed full of vitamins and minerals and dietary fiber, so imagine my surprise when I googled them. I was like, oh my god, they're so good for you, why aren't people talking about them? I like them because they're really fresh, they're quite springy, and they kind of remind me of asparagus, so you can use them in a lot of like stir fries and even stews. For this recipe, you will need your winged beans, peanuts, coconut milk, some oil for frying, a large egg, shallots, a lime, sugar, chilies, soy sauce and vinegar, garlic, and Nam Prik Pao. The two main ingredients in this salad are your winged beans and something called Nam Prik Pao. And basically what this is a blend of chilies, tamarind and shrimp paste, and it's what really gives it this distinctive flavour. It's not vegetarian, by the way, because obviously it has shrimp in it, but I will leave a link down below of a site that shows you how to make your own Nam Prik Pao. You can get this from any Thai, Asian, Oriental store. And I actually used to get mine from Asda in my area because where I lived there was a lot of South Asians and Thai and Vietnamese community, so they just sold it there. By the way, if you cannot get hold of your winged beans, don't despair, you can just substitute with green beans. These ones are extraordinarily long. I feel like I should put them into my hair for a braid. But you get the point. You need something that's springy, that's fresh, that's got that kind of like hardness and firmness to it, and you can substitute with that. I've even tried making it with carrots, and I thought that was okay actually. So don't despair, but definitely if you do get the opportunity, get some green beans and try them out. You'll be so surprised how good they are. I'm doing everything a little bit topsy-turvy because I'm actually making my topping first and then we backtrack. Trust me on this one, this is the way to do it. And what I'm doing, I've taken my shallots, taken off the skin, and now I'm going to thinly slice them and then fry them to make a lovely crispy shallot topping. So once you finish slicing them, take a pan . You want to get it quite hot. Put some oil in. I'm doing my chopstick method again. Sometimes this is actually hit and miss. But you put your chopstick in, and when there are bubbles around it, you know it's ready. Okay, so there are bubbles. And what you want to do is, once the oil is hot enough, you turn down the heat. So it's like medium heat, quite low, and you put in your shallot. You want to cook them until they get like a really lovely, crisp, golden brown colour. And once that's done, take it off the stove and put it on greaseproof paper so it drains off a little bit. Put it to the side, and you can get started on your winged beans. To prepare winged beans, what you need to do is you need to take off the top, the bottom, and for the mature variety you usually have like a string going through it, just like a regular bean. Sometimes it doesn't come off, but if it doesn't, that's fine. It just means that it's not so hard yet, so you'll find you just pinch inside and just roll down, and it comes off really, really easily. You can start chopping them. The easiest way to do this is just to stack them and then just slice down. You want really quite medium-sized slices. You'll notice that they have kind of little wings, and that's what gives them the name, winged bean, because it looks a little bit like it's got wings. Okay, so to get out all the flavour and to make sure that it's really, really like fresh, but still at the same time soft, you need to just boil them for like 2 minutes. So you can kill two birds with one stone. Start by boiling your egg. 3 minutes in, pop in your winged beans, and then you're done. And now I'm making myself a nice cup of tea. Tea time! The thing about living in Thailand is that you shouldn't actually drink the tap water. I'm lucky that where I live, they actually filter the tap water, but sometimes I still find that I get a sore throat from it. It's okay to wash fruit and vegetables if you're going to cook with them, but I still use bottled water, which I boil, which seems really long and it's a little bit on the pricey side, but it's the price you pay for clean water. I miss England. Only needs to be boiling for about 2 minutes. You don't want to overcook it, so as soon as it's done, you just run it under cold water, or what I'm doing is I'm dipping it in the ice bath, and that should stop the whole process of cooking, and you leave it to the side. And now for the final bit. I know it seems like a lot of preparation, but it is definitely worth it. So put that away to the side, and let's take our pot that we first used to fry our shallots. Hopefully it should still have a little bit of oil in. Ooh, we've got shallots in there. Mmm, crispy. And what you want to do is you want to take 2 little cloves of garlic, or 1 big one, and slice that. And a little bit of oil. So we're going to fry our garlic. Just going to steal a little bit of my roasted shallots. So good. Okay, maybe a little bit more. I actually used to buy them before, but now I just make them myself, and they're so quick to make. I don't really understand why I ever bought them. What does the chopstick say? It says it's ready. So we don't want them to cook too much, we just want them to brown a little bit. Then you add your coconut milk. I'm going to step back a bit because it might splash on me, I'm scared. That's okay. So the coconut milk goes inside, and then we add our sugar. This is about 2 to 3 teaspoons of sugar, depending on if you like yours sweet. I've kept mine at 2.5 teaspoons. And then our soy sauce and vinegar. If you can, try and use apple cider vinegar, but I think red wine vinegar is a really good substitute as well for this. Just make sure you give it a nice stir so that the sugar dissolves. And then you add in your Nam Prik Pao. And just be sure to press it down so it dissolves, because one thing I found the first time I ever made this was that it didn't actually dissolve properly, and I had giant globules of this stuff, and it's not particularly nice. It starts to change the colour, it starts to go a little bit orangey, browny, and that's the general consistency you want. Too red and you think you probably have a bit too much Nam Prik Pao and you need more coconut milk in. But then again, it's always up to you, so I would generally taste this as I go along. While that's bubbling away, just want to mash up your peanuts. Now you can use a hand blender, but you know me, I love to get my stress out, so I'm just going to... I heard recently that a chef said that life is too short to use a pestle and mortar. and I just laughed my head off because they clearly hadn't met me. I think life is too short to not use a pestle and mortar because you can't go around hitting people in the face like you want to nowadays. You don't want it to be completely a fine powder. You kind of want it to have some kind of characteristic to it. So you want it to just be broken up, but not too fine. So once that starts to bubble, you just add in, oh, this is heavy, your peanuts. Give it a nice mix through and then taste it again. By this point you should know if it's too salty, too sweet, if you should add more soy sauce, or if you need to add more Nam Prik. At this point, even if you've never tried this before, you can kind of see where it's heading flavor-wise. So I think that's actually okay. And what you should do is you should actually turn off your heat, put some more of the seasoning in, and then add in your winged beans. Don't ask me why, but that's the way it's going to be made. So yeah, once you mix your winged beans in, you can turn your heat back on, but it only needs to be on for about a minute or two. So while that's getting done, I'm just going to add some chili. A lot of recipes ask for chili inside first, straight away, but I don't like that because I want it to have a kick, but I don't want it to only be about the flavour of chili. So what I do is I just thinly slice one chili and add that in right at the end. So it's still fresh, it's still tangy, but it doesn't overpower the entire salad. Squeeze in the juice of half a lemon, and now it's ready to be served. Remember the shallots that we made right at the start? Well, now it's time to sprinkle with a very generous amount. Crack your egg, slice, and serve. I love this so much. The crispy shallots really give it like a weird but delicious flavour. It's really fresh. Everything's crispy, but it's creamy as well. And then you have like the egg, which is always my favourite. I love when the yolk is still quite soft inside, but it's cooked. No excuses, guys. You've definitely got to try this. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good day. See you Sunday. Bye.